One of my favorite scenes from Skip Loafer comes from episode 9 of the anime, or scene 16 of the manga. Mitsumi, our main character, has had an eventful school semester thus far in the series, and finally gets the chance to travel back home.
Nao-chan.
もう行くの?
行ってきます.
In Tokyo, her life always seems to be on the move. She rushes to school, talks to friends, stresses about things with Shima or schoolwork, and helps the Tsubame Society. At her home in Tokyo with her aunt now, she can relax, but she's never resting. Often she's depicted as sleep-deprived and looks worse for wear as a result. In 4 months, Mitsumi has already learned go, 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 to join in the cacophony of dreams that have yet to be realized or shattered. But it's here, on her journey home, that both Mitsumi and the viewer realize that over the course of the story, we've grown so accustomed to the constant bustle and noise that the growing silence is as salient as a gunshot. Not silence of a noiseless type, but that of a lack of turmoil or commotion. This, unfortunately, is not far off from a lot of our real lives as well. Many of us live in fairly urbanized areas, so because of that, in tandem with a constant tide of music or videos, we rarely are faced with real and lasting tranquility. While it may seem a bit jarring at first, once welcomed, the silence that Skip Loafer lingers in, albeit brief, is incredibly peaceful. Though the silence is broken by Mitsumi's family, it is not a return to the established pace, but rather a slower alternative. Time moves differently away from the city. Misaki Takamatsu, author of the series, speaks clearly on her process of this portrayal. When I'm drawing Skip Loafer, I ask myself, what makes a hometown? I didn't want to fuel stereotypes with an exaggerated view of the countryside. Instead, I wanted to create a place that would feel familiar to anyone reading it. For me, she succeeded. This presentation perfectly captures how it feels to visit my parents, who live far and away from any cities. Other than in location, one of the primary ways that Misaki aims to capture this hometown feeling is through food. Many of Mitsumi's depicted moments at home revolve around this. The gyoza with her best friend Fumi, the sekihan with her grandma, and one of my favorite moments, the watermelon with her mom. On the back of a late night out with her friends, Mitsumi sleeps in, something that is out of character for her. Her sister goes to wake her up, but her mom stops her, reinforcing this idea of finally being able to rest. Let her lie abed while she can. Must be a weight off to be back home. It's early afternoon by the time Mitsumi finally wakes up, and her mother greets her.
遅いよ。パン焼こうか。昨日食べ過ぎ。スイカは？食べる。母さん、今日仕事。休みもろたんよ。すみませんな。いいえ。
We are faced now not just with a silence, but a stillness, colored with this comfort food that Misaki emphasizes. Have you noticed that the foods you crave tend to be those you ate in your youth? Home is where your comfort food is. I don't think it matters if you were born there. While the transportation scene felt restful in its own way, this scene with the watermelon is the full realization of Misaki's home feeling, and we can see this illustrated. Mitsumi lets herself sleep in, she lets her accent come out, and she lets go of her worries, spending all her time with friends and family. These relationships, both in Ikejima and in Tokyo, are a primary driving force in her decisions and motivations. The whole reason she moved to Tokyo is so that she could help revitalize small countryside towns like the one that her family lives in. So while her friends in Tsubame West and Tokyo are incredibly important to her, Tokyo isn't home. It is in Ikejima, surrounded by familiarity and location, family, and food, that she is finally able to rest, if only for a while.
But if I let myself enjoy simple things, there'll be more to stay here for. I feel like
I love Skip Loafer. I watched the anime and picked up the manga afterwards, and the whole series really exudes this feeling of warmth and comfort. The characters feel real with mistakes that they make and how they learn or refuse to learn from them. And I'd like to make something analyzing this as well, but for now, this seemingly unimportant section of the story resonated with me so much that I wanted to talk about it. If you haven't seen Skip Loafer before, I hope this is enough to encourage you to watch or to read it for yourself. Both are well worth your investment.